guys. Like, I'll just
Cut
give
it
him a
off.
chance.
Give him a chance. Oh, maybe third time's the charm. No.
Oh my gosh. Third time's the charm. It's not.
No. Didn't really want to do, you know, kiss him.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my older sister and we are going to be filming a girl talk video. I love doing girl talks. You guys love my girl talks, so I figured this is the perfect time to sit down and do another one. Today's topic, do you want to say it?
Well, we're gonna be talking about boys.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about guys and basically just the things you need to know about guys. So this is kind of like our advice to you if you're younger or like the same age or even older. Like honestly, you know, you could always learn something new that you didn't know.
And we're also on live, so that's why we're like looking down and up. So we can do both. We usually do this when we're filming videos so that if you would like to add anything into the video, you can do it while we're on live.
Yeah, and so that being said, you should follow us on our Instagrams. They're going to be on the screen and in the description because that gives you a chance to ask questions like while we're filming, if that makes sense.
Okay, first of all, I just want to get this out of the way because I feel like a lot of people, especially younger girls or younger adults, don't really have, or how should I put it, kind of forget about this concept, and it's that you don't owe anyone anything. And don't ever feel forced to do anything you don't want to.
Exactly.
And you are in control. You call the shots. And if there's anything that makes you uncomfortable, do not do it. That goes for going on dates, answering DMs. If you don't want to answer the DM, don't answer the DM.
And that goes for, you know, if a guy takes you on a date. I know a lot of girls, I've heard girls my age even say that if he pays, they'll feel like they owe him something. Which I think is just like, wow, like it's crazy because you don't. He took you out, he wanted to take you out, and you know, that's that. Like, you don't owe him a kiss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, seriously, you don't.
For
to be very honest.
That's real talk because I've had that same feeling where I'm like, oh my gosh, he took me out, we're on this date, there's roses, there's flowers, there's dinner, there's sky view, there's all of these things. Didn't really want to do, you know, kiss him. And so give a kiss, and so I didn't, and like I felt so bad, but you shouldn't feel bad. And if anything, you're probably doing them justice as well, because if you're not, I don't know, I just feel like it's more special if it's the right time rather than like something forced because you feel like you have to do it. It's kind of gross, honestly. It's gross for you, it's gross for him, it's gross for anybody. Yeah,
so that's definitely a big one, is just always like, you know, be in touch with your feelings and what feels right for you. You know, that should be, you should always be considering and honoring your emotions. If you don't want to do something, do not do it. So the next thing that is kind of like initially when you first start getting involved with, I guess, dating and stuff, it can kind of be like, you know, you feel like you don't know exactly what you're doing, like kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest tip, don't be scared. Like, you know, guys, just be confident, really. Like, be yourself. It's easier said than done, and you honestly gain more confidence by just like more exposure, I feel like. Not in like just, you know, start off by just chatting, simple talk
in groups. Yeah, I'll give you a tip that I used in high school. Like, I did not want to, I was terrified of talking to guys in general. Like, I just didn't. And so I kind of like warmed myself up. And one thing you have to know is like, you're more alike than not. It's just a different dynamic, but they're just a person and they're not gonna hurt you. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's not let them. And I just decided to like start talking to them in groups. I would talk to them when we were in gym class or when we were in class, group discussions, and then I got more comfortable and used to it, and then I had like friends that were guys that I would talk to a lot just to get comfortable.
Exactly. One of our friends just said he really needed this because he's talking to someone right now. So I love that. Like, it's like perfect timing for everyone because we're in quarantine. So, but yeah, like literally be confident and be you. We're getting more juice here now. If you're not feeling good, like when you leave a meetup with him, or when you're texting him, or when you are on the phone or something, then cut it off. Listen to your gut. If you're not feeling good around him, don't keep it going. Don't give any more chances. Like, you know. And you should, like, relationships should actually literally make you feel so good about yourself. Like, if you are in the right kind of relationship, you're gonna leave a conversation, you're gonna leave, you know, a hangout or a meetup with this person and be like, wow, I feel so good about me. I love this stuff, this part of my personality. You know, you're gonna literally love yourself more. If that makes sense. So if you are not loving yourself more, not because of the person, but just because of the dynamic together. Because I don't want to make it sound like you need somebody to complete you or anything, because that's not what we're saying. But just if you're not feeling good and like more confident about you, if you feel like insecure and stuff, then it's just not the right place to be, and you should probably cut it off.
Yeah. And just remember, it's always a good idea to cut it off early. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like you are... No, this is like so important, because I feel like that's a really common pattern. A lot of girls just like feel bad and they like feel like they have to.
Right?
And so...
Yeah, I was like, I'll just
give
give him a chance.
Give him a chance. Oh, maybe third time's a charm. No.
Oh my gosh. Third time's a charm. It's not.
No. And it's better for you and him, because you're not dragging him through this third chance, and you're not dragging yourself through another very scary date.
Speaking of scary dates, I actually just want to throw in this. I recommend you do have a phone call with him before. Sorry. No, because there's a story and a reason why. Let me explain why. You want to just hear how he speaks and how loud his voice is. No, it's more serious, because sometimes like I know you went on something.
Okay, here's the thing. She's so right. You need to have that phone call beforehand to really know who you're meeting up with. And we live in a day and age of like dating online, Tinder and like Instagram. Most people meet on Instagram. I don't know, it's a thing or whatever. And so usually the images we see on Instagram are accurate, and a lot of people don't really show who they really are, which is, unfortunate, but it's social media. And so you end up meeting up with people that are not what you were talking to. And so this one time I met up with a guy, and I hadn't talked to him on the phone quite yet, but I'd seen his pictures and all of that stuff. And guys, he was so loud. I'm not even trying to be mean. It was just like embarrassing, because we were in this really nice restaurant and he would be like screaming.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
sorry.
So you're really beautiful, by the way. Oh my God. And I was like, oh yeah, we should go. So like just get to really like know who you're actually talking to before you meet them in person. Also ask how tall they are. Not that it matters.
No, that's so true. So yeah, that was just like a little side note. But should we go into the next thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, I really like this one, because it's like what a lot of us, we need to remember and always have in the back of our mind, because what we can do, and I don't mean just like women and like younger women honestly, and like girls, what we tend to do is go into like daydream mode, like initially and immediately, and you start like picturing, oh my goodness, it's gonna be like this and whatever, and then you end up falling for potential instead of what it actually is. So keep track of his behaviors, like his actual actions, because in the beginning of a relationship, a guy is on his best behavior. He's on his absolute best behavior. This is him trying to impress you. So are you liking what you see? Do you like what you see? This is him trying to impress you. And that's just something to consider.
Yeah. Because if you don't like what you see now, it's only gonna get worse. This is as good as it's ever gonna get. unfortunately. So do you like what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're doing?
Yeah, and you want to get into the habit of honoring your emotions. Like, what are you feeling? If this is making you, if you're confused, oh my goodness, no. Like, that's not the thing to be in. Because a lot of times we can get into the mindset of being like, you like him, so you want to give him another chance. So you kind of make excuses for him. And that's the complete wrong, like, that's the opposite of what you should be doing. You should just be actually, you know, listening to how you feel and then considering how he's treating you. He's treating you the way he feels about you.
Yeah.
So
true. And you need to be really careful about this, because you end up dating the idea of him and not the actual person. So
yeah. Wow. This next one is what a lot of women want to know and a lot of girls want to know, and it's just about who should make the first move. So do you wanna?
I feel like if you would like to make the first move, go ahead and make it. But like we always say,
don't make a second move.
Do not make the second move. Because if there's no response on the first, he don't want you.
Yeah.
And we'll make another video on signs he's not that into you on my channel.
Yeah, for sure.
So go click that, go subscribe, and wait for that to come out. But yeah, you can make the first move you want. I mean, I think everybody is different. Everybody likes different things. If you like making the first move and you like that, then go for it. Personally, I just feel that, let me reword it. I like when a guy makes the first move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's nice when the man leads, because that's like, you know, quality. I personally just like to look for that quality in a guy, so if he's leading.
And not in a toxic way, because a lot of people take this the wrong way.
Yeah. The idea behind the first move is just a guy, I feel like a guy only really values what he's like invested in or what he's worked for. So you can definitely initiate interest. Like, my first move would be, I will look at you and smile.
That's a good first move.
Yeah. I don't recommend making the first move. No, I'm just thinking back to times I have leaned in. It wasn't it. And I just, like, you know, just let him pursue you. Like, do you want to be pursued? Like, do you really want to be pursued? Then, you know, let him come to you, right? So, yeah.
And at the end of the day, I noticed that everybody just wants to feel like they're liked and loved in that interaction.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it's just about the dynamic. Like, if you are pursuing me, you'll know if I'm into it. So that's just that. So it depends on who you are and the dynamic that you want. Like, if you want to chase him,
yeah, I don't have anything. I don't want to even advise that, because this is things you should know. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna say, like, to girls, and I've asked my guy friends, it's like anytime the girl's really doing it, it's because it's just they're dealing with a girl that you don't really want. And do you want to be with somebody who doesn't really want you? So you kind of have to go within yourself and ask yourself, why do I want somebody who doesn't want me?
True. That's
like, because you naturally like people who like you.
Yeah.
So do you like somebody who doesn't like you? That's not a really good trait to have. Yeah. Because you can put yourself in toxic situations. So should we go to the next?
Yeah. Just enjoy that new interaction.
Exactly. Don't
waste time on past relationships. You could talk about those things with your friends. Like, enjoy this new experience. Have fun with it. Don't try to project your insecurities from your past. Like, you should have worked through those before getting into the relationship to begin with, or before talking to a new guy. But, like, just be really mindful of, like, not being like, yeah, like, my ex, he cheated on me, like, on the first day.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, I don't know, it's like really overwhelming. Like, imagine if he came to the date and he was like, yeah, I cheated on my ex, or my ex was
oh my goodness,
beating me, and you're sitting there like, look at the sunset. Don't you want to, like, get to know me? Like,
Exactly,
is this, like,
yeah.
a therapy session? You know?
Wow,
Question
that's like
mark.
so true. And I'm just remembering a moment now that I don't. Yeah, that's advice that, you know, I think is good to know.
Yeah. You're
Before
not a
you-
therapy or a therapist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Ooh, I like this one. A really good tip to remember is when you initially meet somebody, again, like we said, try not to get into la la land too much. And remember that you do have options, and especially if he's being hot and cold with you and, you know, coming on strong and then backing away, date other people. Talk to other guys.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what could come from that experience. So yeah, talk to other people. Like, you have options, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just like so important to remember.
Yeah, and a lot of people misunderstand the concept of like multi-dating and like dating other people. Like, I had a guy who got really mad at me at the fact that I was like talking to other guys. Like, for me,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I would want you to also talk to other people
Exactly,
to get
yeah.
to know what you like
want,
and what you want, and so that you're sure about me.
Right.
So you are sure that this is everything that you want, because you've experienced other things and you have worked on your skills, because let's be honest. And you've developed, you've grown as a person. And I'm not talking about like
we're not talking about like sleeping around.
yeah, or like
yeah.
being in like relationships where you're committing and not being honest. Like, people that I'm talking to, they know that they're not the only one. And I know that I'm not their only choice, but we kind of like enjoyed our interaction, because it's like, okay, like, we're getting to know each other. That's what it's about. And if we find that we are really into each other and just can't stop talking to just each other, then that's that, you know? So that's another thing, especially when you're young. No one's getting married at 15, 16, you know.
Oh yeah,
and if
especially
you
that.
are, the chances are really low that it will last that long. This is a perfect time to date.
Yeah, and to see what you like and stuff. And oh my goodness, I don't know if I should use this word, but almost practice, but of course in a healthy way. And like I said earlier, I'm not talking about like sexually, I'm just like literally meaning like even conversations. Then you'll be really ready for when Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, whatever you're into, comes along. You guys are not exclusive until a conversation has been had. And a common question that is asked is like, when should you bring up the topic of exclusivity and being in a relationship? And honestly, I think that the guy is going to bring it up.
Yeah.
I would like to know he's the one that wants to commit. Yeah. But
for sure. And I also think it should just come about naturally. Like, if you're stuttering and having a hard time being like, so what are we? Like, something is weird and you're obviously not connecting that well. If it's awkward and like you're literally talking about like something that should be talked about on a regular basis, actually.
Right. Yeah.
And if you can't even get through that conversation, how are you gonna get through so many other things in life, you know? So it should just come naturally. I know like guys would just be like, when you think about other things, the messages.
Yeah, oh my goodness. No, say that.
Yeah, but like ever since I started just, you know, doing my own thing and started dating and focusing on myself and my personal growth, I noticed a huge shift in the way guys were interacting with me. Because, again, this is going to be a separate video, but they want to be the only one most of the time. And especially, if you're really interested in you, you will see it.
The next thing that we did want to mention is we want to talk about busy guys. Busy dudes. Because in the dating, this is something you need to know, because in the dating world, you will often hear this a lot. Like, oh, I was busy. I'm just busy. Nobody is that busy. Don't accept breadcrumbs from guys. I don't, you know, when you hear from him and then he goes away and then he comes back after some weeks or a month and He's basically just trying to check and see if he still has access to you.
Because he has his competitors too.
Yeah.
And if you're not on the top of his list and he's at the top of yours, something's not really, the interaction is off.
It's off.
You should be at the same place.
Yeah.
With each other.
Just mirror right back what he's doing. If he's busy, you're busy. You know, you should be busy anyway. You should have a life going for yourself. Like, I'm not into gameplay. Like, don't just, he replied 1 hour, so I'm gonna reply in 2 hours. Like, I'm not into gameplay. Like, you should everything should be genuine. Like, your life should be that full that you always have something better to do than to wait for a text back.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was talking to this one guy, and busy bee, he would always talk about how he's busy. Well, let's just say within some months, it was, now I'm hearing from him about every day, it's a FaceTime request. It's a, I want to see you. It's a whatever. Because what happened was, I think the thing is, I made it clear to him that, you know, if you want, it's not going to work if you're doing that, right? And he just added me to his list of priorities, is basically what it is. Before, I wasn't on the list.
Yeah.
Now, I was on the list. And it doesn't even seem like he's busy because I'm just that much in his list. That much involved in his list of priorities and things that he needs to do.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I know nobody's that busy.
Literally. No, like, I've seen people working full-time jobs or in school and whatever, and they make time because it's all about priorities. Like, if you're not on that list of priorities, you're wasting your time.
You're wasting your time. Why do you want somebody who doesn't even want to prioritize you?
You know?
Like, do you think you deserve that?
You deserve
yeah.
somebody who takes you seriously, who values you, and will put you on their list. Like, I have a guy who literally has me scheduled in his list of all the things that he has to do because apparently he's busy. He'll put me on his list because what do you want then? Do you actually want me? Because if not, if I'm not on that list, there's nothing.
There can't be anything.
There can't be.
Yeah.
So that's that. Make sure you're getting into healthy relationships with people that value you, and just be really careful and mindful. Of course, let it flow, let it be natural. I know it's complicated, like, calm down, tense up, like, calm down and be mindful. Yeah. It's a lot, but be yourself, but just be really mindful and notice things. Because the moment you start picking up on certain things that could be messing everything up, you actually end up growing as a person, and then you end up being in more healthy relationships. So being mindful is really important. It's not being fake, it's not being weird, it's just making sure that you and your partner are in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, and this goes right into the last point. You know, you need to learn how to communicate your needs. Like, make sure you say what you want. There should be no confusion. Yes. So you need to learn how to communicate your needs in a way that he understands. And, you know, I don't know, I just want to make sure that this video is not about him, whatever guy you're thinking about. I want to make sure the focus is on the person who's watching this video and needs this information. Because it really, everything starts with you. So you need to learn to be able to say what's going to make you feel good, or what's going to be able to help you move forward in that union that you guys are forming, or that connection that you guys are trying to have.
That's really important, which goes back to even the point of dating, multi-dating. You practice your communication skills so that you know exactly what you want, and you know exactly how to express it. And that way you're not wasting your time, or you're being fulfilled in relationships. You're happier. You're with someone who also values you. And so, yes, it sounds like a lot. It sounds like, oh my gosh, like, I have to do this, this, and this, and this. Like, it's growth. Yeah. It's helping you end up in a good situation. Trust me. And you will be a lot more happy with yourself, because let's be honest. Let's compare our first dates to how we're interacting with guys now. There's like a huge difference, because we worked on it. We dated, we saw what we wanted, and we marked what we don't like and what we like, and now we're actually attracting what we want.
Honestly, I feel like this is the perfect time to go within you and to figure out, because we're all in our house. We're forced to be in our feelings a bit. Learning how to communicate your needs in an empowered way, not in I want this.
You should never ever get to a point where you're yelling at someone because they're not giving you something.
Exactly.
Like that is straight up I don't want you.
Yeah.
And you should understand that, and please, please, please.
That is not healthy.
Yeah,
at
for
all.
you especially.
Yeah. If all of a sudden, should we tell the story?
You know what?
Let's tell the story.
Do you want to tell the story here?
Or should we
in this video? Or Sansi's not into you?
Sansi's not into you. Let's do it on Sansi's not into you, which will be on her channel.
Have stories.
So yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please make sure you check out her channel. We are going to be having a video on signs he's just not that into you, and it's going to be just as juicy, just as fun, so stay tuned for that. And today's notification squad shout out goes to these people on the screen. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos and subscribing and being the first 2 to comment. If you want a chance to be featured in my next video, all you need to do is subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a video, and be the first 2 to comment, and you get a shout out. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye guys.